Ladies and gentlemen, will you please be seated? Lord Lieutenant, High Sheriff, Lord Mayor, Chancellor, Vice-chancellor, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Dean and Chapter, it is my very great pleasure to welcome you to the Cathedral on this very happy occasion. A particularly warm welcome to those who are graduands and their guests, for whom we hope that this will be one of the great days of your life. And we are delighted that this should take place here in this great cathedral church. Liverpool Cathedral is one of the great buildings of the 20th century. It is the largest church in the United Kingdom, the largest Anglican cathedral anywhere, with the heaviest peal of bells in the world high above your heads. And we are delighted that you're listening to the largest pipe organ today in Great Britain. All of this was designed by a young man, At the beginning of his career as an architect, Giles Gilbert Scott, he was in his early 20s when he won the competition to build this great cathedral, a similar age to many of those who graduate today. And he would spend the rest of his life working on the design for this great space, refining it, and despite the devastation of 2 world wars and the many challenges which faced Liverpool during the century, he saw it all take shape. He did not live to see his work complete, but the inheritance he bequeathed to us is a breathtaking space which inspires awe and wonder as it seeks to speak of God to all who visit and enter its doors. We at the Cathedral cherish our relationship with Liverpool Hope University. We are pleased to add our congratulations to those whose hard work and achievements are celebrated and honoured in the ceremony now about to begin. So welcome to the Cathedral. On behalf of all of us here, we hope this is a day which you will remember and treasure for many years to come. Thank you.
Let's pray. God of wisdom, fill us with the truth that sets us free. God of joy, accept our gratitude, praise, and wonder. God of new beginnings, encourage those who graduate today in their next steps along their way. God of truth, freedom, and love, inspire our celebration. Bless those who have achieved so much and send us out to serve your kingdom in the world. In the name of Christ Jesus, our Lord. Amen.
Lord Lieutenant, Lord Mayor, Sheriff, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the university, could I, as Chancellor, welcome you too to this magnificent cathedral where we are allowed to give our awards. And I thank very much Canon Miles Davis, who has been so helpful in allowing us to do this. Today is a very important day for the university and for all of you, for the parents, the families, the friends, and of course, all those who have graduated. And it's very important that we celebrate the achievements of those who have graduated. They have come, in most cases, to the end of quite a long journey, which they would not have completed without great dedication. So everybody here is very welcome to join in these celebrations. I declare open this congregation for the conferment of degrees.
Lord Lieutenant, Lord Mayor, High Sheriff, Chancellor, may I take this opportunity first to welcome all the parents, the families and friends represented here who have supported our students during their studies. The success we celebrate today required a team effort, involving, of course, the students taking final responsibility, but they needed the backup team, which has included their families, their lecturers, and all the support staff of the university. Graduates, it's been a joy having you at our university. You've had the opportunity to study at a distinctive place. Our university was rated in the top 5 in the country for teaching and learning last year. We are presently in the top 7 in England for the percentage of doctorates among our staff. And the latest employability statistics just came out a couple of weeks ago places us in the top 2 among the 12 universities in the northwest of England. We have 2 of the loveliest campuses you will find anywhere in the country. And our hope is that you have gone out of your way to discover and to use the university's rich resources. And our hope is that you took advantage of the many opportunities for study and for leadership development that we have put in your way over the 3 years or so. Those that will receive the University Service and Leadership Award in a few moments have done so in a deliberate and structured way, and they will receive a double award today. But there are many others who, alongside their studies, have also contributed to the life of the university in many ways. This university is committed to the search for truth, beauty, and goodness. The search for truth means hard and stretching work, the proper study of the arts and the sciences, and that is why you came to the university. But the search for truth, beauty, and goodness demands more than just passing your examinations and fulfilling all the assessment requirements. It involves the acquisition of a rounded education, an education that will turn head knowledge into acts of goodness, an education that transforms work for a greater purpose and turns our jobs into a calling. As graduates, sitting on both sides of us today, you are now counted among educated people, and you are tasked with making the world better. Now more than ever, as our societies face many new and unexpected challenges, growing inequality, major global realignments, political parties in turmoil, unrest in parts of the population, extremism on the rise, and trouble in our cities. And of course, more recently has come Brexit and the many new challenges we face as a result of it. The list grows longer each day. But ladies and gentlemen, I have no doubt at all that we in this country have the means and the ability to face these challenges and to come up with worthy solutions. I was walking down one of the corridors at the university last week, and the geography department has a large banner advertising a new master's degree. It states boldly on the banner that the greatest weapon to change the world is education. And it is you, the educated, who are now armed with the wherewithal to go out and do good. You will be judged by our society in different ways. Some more superficially will judge you by how much you earn, what social prominence you gain, and what things you possess. But others more insightfully, will judge you by your character, by your honesty, by your dependability, and by your care for others. David Brooks, the New York Times columnist who teaches at Yale University, spoke recently about his very bright students who do amazing things, and in whom, he says, are instilled what he calls resume virtues, virtues that will give them a good career. But he says there is very little room for them to consider what he calls eulogy virtues, the things that people say after you are dead. The world that our parents lived in is a very different world to the world that you and your children will encounter. In the old days, one often worked for the same boss or the same firm for most of your working life, or did the same job for almost all of one's life. These days, already it started here, one is likely to do 3 or 4 different jobs before you retire, and those jobs will likely not be directly related to the degree you studied. Your degrees, therefore, cover much more than the world of work. That is why you came to the university, not merely to be trained and skilled, but to be educated, to develop a thirst for lifelong learning, to engage with the fast-changing world, to think creatively as you face new challenges, and to think new thoughts. Today we are delighted as a university community to confer an honorary degree on a very special woman, who many of you know as Dame Lorna Muirhead, the Lord Lieutenant of Merseyside. But many of you know that she's made one of the most seminal contributions in this country to the old society of midwifery for well over 40 years. Now, she will be introduced to you more fully in a few minutes. But she, I must say, is a great friend of this university and a faithful and generous public servant. When Buckingham Palace, Dame Lorna, heard that you were being honored today, they sent us the following message, which I'm going to now read. The letter states that the Queen has asked me to thank you for your letter of 23rd June. Her Majesty was interested to learn that Dame Lorna Muirhead, Lord Lieutenant of Merseyside, is to be awarded an honorary degree on today, the 19th of July, in recognition of her outstanding service to Merseyside during her time as Lord Lieutenant. The Queen much appreciates your thoughtfulness in writing and sending her, and she wishes now to send her good wishes to you all at Liverpool Hope University. I'm sure, she says, the day will be a great success, as I'm sure it's going to be. Now, behind all of us seated here, and you'll meet them just now as they walk across the stage, you'll find that each one of these graduates have a very unique and special story. And graduates, one day when you look back on this day, you will recognize this as a major step in the milestones of your life's journey. Now, I know there's a special story for each one of you, but I'm going to share just 1 or 2, if not 3 today. I want to tell you about Ottila Ola, who came from Hungary to study at the university, came to the UK 10 years ago. His dream was to be a poet. He did a foundation course in fine arts at the City of Liverpool College, and then in 2012 was accepted into the design degree at Liverpool Hope University. He was an engaged and active student from day one. During his first year, he went on a Global Hope project. Global Hope, incidentally, is our global charity that's been running for over 30 years, and the Queen gave a special award for its contribution to humanity. Ottila Ola went on one of these projects to Brazil. During his second year, he expressed a desire to work with the world-renowned ceramicist Claudio Casanovas. And through his tutor, Alan Whitaker, who knew Casanovas, he had the rare privilege of being invited to be the assistant to this fine ceramicist in a little town in northern Spain. And this year with the great ceramicist has had a huge impact on his work at the university. His tutors tell me that he is quite an unassuming artist who has received honors, receives his degree today with first-class honors. His final degree exhibition in May led to him being given a special award by the Blue Coat Display Center, which he'll take up in September. And he's also won the Cisco Training Design Award. He speaks several languages, and his tutors describe him as an exceptional student with an incredible talent. Came to our country from Hungary and now plans to open a ceramic studio in Liverpool. Let me tell you briefly about Neil Buckley, who you'll see just now receive his doctor's degree. He came to the university and did his BSc here in computer science, then went on to do the MSc, and then registered for his doctorate. Neil and his professor, Atulya Nagar, the Dean of Science, are working together with Tento Technologies to develop a new cybersecurity system which will make the remembering of passwords obsolete. Neil writes, "My PhD and ongoing research concern a specialized area of cryptography called secret sharing, whereby a message is concealed by splitting it into different parts." He writes, "Liverpool Hope is one of the few places in the world where this kind of research is done. It is in an area combining algorithmic design, programming, and mathematics, for which my previous degrees at Hope prepared me very well." And then he goes on to say how fortunate he was to work with some of the world experts in the field by coming to this university. The good news is that he and his professor are soon to have a patent which is pending approved. And that will be the first patent from the computer science department. But let me close with another very moving story. You'll see her walk on stage and you probably won't realize what the story behind that is. She's Amy Dubuisson-Spargo. Amy enrolled at this university for a BA degree in drama. And then she has a very rare illness, which is a lifelong condition that leaves her stomach paralyzed. Amy has to be hooked up on a feeding machine for between 10 and 15 hours a day and has had more than 20 operations in the last 4 years. This has meant her being away from the university for periods of time. She writes, "My tutors have been amazing. They looked at other ways that I could be assessed. They even let me film assessments at home while recovering from the operations. When it did get all too much for me, I was considering leaving, but my tutor, Professor Simon Piasecki, convinced me to come back, and he said they would look at other ways to help me catch up and finish my degree. And I'm so glad I did," she writes. Despite these handicaps, she volunteered to serve abroad on one of our programs, which she completed successfully. Today, she achieves a degree with first-class honors. Then, what do you think she does? She applies to do postgraduate work at one of the famous New York drama schools where Robert Redford, Grace Kelly, and Kim Cattrall went to train. Thousands apply for one of just these 50 places for international students at the American Academy of Dramatic Arts. And Amy has been accepted. And this is an exceptional achievement. Courage, hard work, and beating the odds. That's the Liverpool Hope way. and Amy sets a wonderful example for all of us. You are all Hope Ambassadors now because you are graduates of this wonderful university. And now you must go out and make a difference for good. Remember, the search for truth includes the search for beauty and for goodness. And my congratulations to you all. Thank you.
Chancellor, by virtue of a joint mandate of the Senate and the Council of the University, Dame Lorna Muirhead is to be conferred with the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters honoris causa of the University. Dame Lorna was appointed the Queen's personal representative, Her Majesty's Lord Lieutenant of Merseyside, in 2008. From her first visit to the university in that capacity, she has been part of the Hope community and one of its greatest supporters in the city. Over and above her formal responsibilities, she is much loved by the Hope community. Dame Lorna was one of the first generation of educated professional women who had to juggle the world of work with that of childcare and looking after a home. She trained as a midwife in Birmingham and then moved to Liverpool, where she was astounded by the quality of care offered by the heroes and heroines who staffed the maternity wards of the city. When her own children were born, as was the custom of the day, she had to work part-time and was not considered eligible for promotion. However, once her children had left home, she returned to full-time work and put herself forward for election to the Royal College of Midwives. She then set out to tell the government of the day about the real difficulties experienced by the families she served and the staff she worked alongside. Her passion and commitment was embraced by the National College and its members, and she was subsequently elected as president, a position she served in for 7 years. She worked with 5 secretaries of state for health, with a view to keeping all of them informed about the real lives of those the NHS set out to care for. As a result, at the millennium, she was made a dame for her services to midwifery. The recognition of the Queen and country was obviously extremely important and of great value, but more important was the fact that over this period, Dame Lorna continued to work in a busy labour ward 2 days a week, serving the people of Merseyside and taking the time to understand their lives. Dame Lorna describes the experience of being Lord Lieutenant as awesome, a fantastic job. She's been officially present at many, if not all, of Merseyside's times of celebration, and also at many occasions of great sadness. Accompanied by her ever-supportive husband, Ronald, she's been part of many local events across the region. She claims that no nook or cranny of Merseyside has been able to escape her attention, and that everywhere she goes, she is inspired and amazed by the people she meets and the work they are engaged in. Dame Lorna is a great friend of Liverpool Hope University. In a moment of pure historical theatre, and as one of her first acts as Lord Lieutenant, she arrived with the Herald to deliver the letters patent to Liverpool Hope when it was granted university title by the Privy Council in 2005. Her support of the university has been unwavering and very public. Her support of the people of Merseyside has been both of those things and far more. As the Queen's representative, she is undoubtedly the people's champion, and thus I present to you this distinguished and much-loved woman for admission to the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters honoris causa in this university.
Do I have to read it? When she gets here. By virtue of my authority as Chancellor, and on behalf of the Senate and the Council of the University, I confer upon you, Dame Lorna Muirhead, the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, of this university.
High Sheriff, Lord Mayor, Chancellor, Vice-chancellor, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Graduates, I'm so very happy to share with you the day you graduate from Liverpool Hope University and the day it bestows on me an honorary doctorate. Hope University is a unique and special place of learning whose origins draw on the collaboration of Anglican and Roman Catholic traditions, whilst welcoming those from other faiths and those with none. From Hope, you leave not only with a nationally recognised, well-taught degree, but you have also been exposed to a physical environment where, from the lecture rooms and the recreational spaces to the garden, great care has been taken to provide the best possible for you. You have also studied in a place which is nurturing and caring, a place which takes great care to guide in all aspects of your development, preparing you to be good citizens as well as good employees. Today marks the culmination of your diligent efforts as students and the university's desire to do its best for you. So the first thing I want to say is to congratulate you on your achievement, which I'm sure you and your families and those that have supported you are very proud of, and to wish you continued success. Now, you have actually worked for your degree, but Liverpool Hope University has just given me a doctorate for my efforts in serving the county of Merseyside, firstly, as you've heard, for 40 years as a midwife, and secondly, for the last 10 as Her Majesty's Lord Lieutenant. My job as a midwife is self-evident, and it would be a first here today if I hadn't delivered someone here in the congregation, but you probably won't remember me, so there's no need to wave. For those who have watched Call the Midwife on television, I'm said to be like Chummy, the posh girl on the bicycle. But I had a wonderful career in Merseyside, looking after people at a very special time in their life. The job of Her Majesty's Lord Lieutenant is probably lesser known, but in every county of our country, the Queen appoints someone to be her personal representative, and for the last 8 years in Merseyside, that has been me. It is a voluntary post, and my job description is really to support and encourage all that goes on in the county, like, for instance, the graduations this week. The Lord Lieutenant also supports the armed forces, the judges, the voluntary sector, and any organisation who asks for it. I do about 10 engagements a week and witness the wonderful things which go on in our community by people who give so much time and energy to make the world a better place. And since I started this job, I have a greater understanding of how society works and the people who work tireless to make life here good. The national and international news may dismay us at times, but there is a big society of young and old doing wonderful things all over our county and all over our country to support their communities and each other. Let me just give you an example. Last week, I gave an award to a person from the St John Ambulance who gave 1,000 hours a year as a volunteer to that organisation, as well as doing his day job and raising a family, 20 hours a week to his community. I meet Scout leaders, Duke of Edinburgh leaders, and those working to raise money for charities. I meet people from the health service, teachers, and those in local government doing their best with the resources they have, which seem to be ever decreasing. People who are not always appreciated and often criticised by us for the very difficult and unpopular decisions they sometimes have to take. We are incredibly fortunate to live here, and I think we should reflect on that from time to time. Another part of my job is to arrange the royal visits to the county, and we have somewhere between 6 and 16 a year in my time as Lord Lieutenant. The Lord Lieutenant is responsible for making the itinerary for the visit and for escorting the royal family when they're in the county. In my time, the Queen has been here 5 times, the most recent being in June this year, when she came, amongst other things, to open the new Alderhay Hospital. 2 months ago, I escorted Her Royal Highness Princess Anne to open a new part of the sewage works on the dock, now politely called the wastewater treatment, so it's not all glamour. Later this month, I shall, as their honorary colonel, visit the Army Cadets camp in Wales and then go as part of a civic party to the Somme to lay wreaths on the fallen from Liverpool. As you've heard, on my very first week as Lord Lieutenant, I delivered the letters patent from Her Majesty to this university, which had recently acquired university status, and my love affair with Hope began. So I feel particularly honoured that Liverpool Hope University has enough regard for my work to honour me today, for which I thank you. So on this day of celebration, what is my take-home message? It is congratulations and well done. Now take all that you have learned to make it the best it can be for you, your family, your community, and indeed the world. Responsibility for how the world works will soon be the responsibility of your generation to mould and shape it as you can. What you have learned and what you've been exposed to here will serve you well as you enter the challenging world. So I would just like to finish by reading you a little poem to help you on your way. I found it when I was your age and have always thought it worth returning to from time to time, as I do now at your graduation and at this interesting political time. It's by William Morris, a Victorian poet, socialist, and craftsman. If these hours be dark, as indeed in many ways they are, at least let us not sit idle like fools and fine gentlemen, thinking the common task not good enough for us and beaten by the muddle. But rather, let us work like some good fellow, trying by dim candlelight to set his workshop ready against tomorrow's daylight. That tomorrow, when the civilized world, no longer greedy, strifeful, and destructive, shall have a new art, a glorious art, made by the people, for the people, as a happiness to the maker and the user. Thank you. Right, we go.
The university's Service and Leadership Award is offered as an extracurricular programme involving service-based experiences, development of leadership potential, and the equipping of students for a career in a rapidly changing world. It is a direct enhancement to a degree as something which is complementary but different and which has a distinct value-added component. It is for those who particularly want to make a difference in this world to be involved in the development of a moral and ethical society and to gain an understanding of social justice. There are 33 students who have worked hard to complete the Service and Leadership Award and are graduating this summer. We celebrate their achievement across the graduation ceremony this week, and today we welcome 6 of them to the platform. They are Adriana Chakarowska, Sarah DeBono, Rebecca Feely, Stacey Lewis, Laura Pope, and Anita Sharkey. Please join me in congratulating them.
Chancellor, in the name of the Senate, I present to you for admission to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy to this university the following candidates.
By virtue of the authority invested in me, I admit them to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in this university.
Neil Joseph John Buckley, New Methods for Robust Visual and Textual Secret Sharing. The digital revolution has changed the world forever and introduced a level of connectedness never seen before. In terms of email alone, there are over 6,000 messages sent per second worldwide, and people and organizations are sharing a wealth of private and sensitive information. There are several flavors of secret sharing, all of which take a piece of confidential information and split it into random shares. For images, there are the visual cryptography and random grid methods. And for text, there is Shamir's secret sharing. In this thesis, new computational models and mathematical algorithms are developed for better securing color images and multiple secrets with greater information rate than previously achieved, as well as a new method to use secret sharing as an independent post-quantum cipher. The research in this thesis shows how to avoid the quality lost to pre-processing detailed color images by encoding colors directly into the rule books used to construct shares. This theory is then applied to the use of textual secret sharing as a cipher, whereby only random shares of confidential messages need ever be transmitted via potentially non-secure networks. There is little doubt of the future pervasiveness of technology into people's life, and the work in this thesis works toward laying the foundations for cybersecurity, thus improving people's lives in this emerging information age. I present to you Neil Joseph John Buckley.
Dory Elizabeth Howard. The title of the thesis is Recollective Genre Analysis and Popular Music Contexts, a consideration of sunshine pop. Although genre analysis has a long history in popular culture and plays a substantial role within popular music studies, genres are very often constructive where no genre technically existed in the first place. This thesis investigates the music associated with sunshine pop to explore how it was originally presented to a contemporary public in the 1960s, and then observes how intermediaries started to change ideas about this music and form post facto genres through specific historical events. This thesis then explores how, through the passage of time and place, genre construction starts to take place within different contexts to those in which the music was involved, actually composed and released. Ultimately, this is therefore an interdisciplinary thesis which incorporates investigations into the role of history and the ways historical narratives are constructed and reconstructed. It acknowledges the usefulness of semiotics related to industry and issues to do with transmission and reception. It also suggests that semiotic and structural analysis can play a major role in our understanding of sunshine pop as a musical form. I present to you Dory Elizabeth Howard.
Carly Eloise Rowley, The Interactions of Music and Literature in the Musical Works of Anthony Burgess. The polymath John Anthony Burgess Wilson, perhaps best known for his work as a writer, also composed over 150 musical works during his lifetime. The dual influences of literature and music permeate every aspect of Burgess' output. The writer wants to suggest that Burgess' role as a composer can be viewed as an extension to his well-established role as a critic. This thesis examines 4 works where Burgess set words to music. These works have been divided into 2 pairs according to their musical genres, namely the musical and the song cycle. Each pair contains an adaptation of a self-authored text complemented by an example based upon the words of another author. Furthermore, interactions of music and literature within these works are highlighted through Burgess' musical representation of female figures. These figures are an integral component of each source text. Rather than view Burgess' compositional activities as separate to his writing, the writer wants to situate this composition as part of Burgess' critical working out of his views about his chosen source text. Burgess' opinions on the interaction between music and literature are particularly refreshing and should be better known than they currently are. I present to you Carly Eloise Rowley.
Chancellor, in the name of the Senate, I present to you for admission to the master's degree in this university the following candidates.
By virtue of the authority invested in me, I admit them to a master's degree in this university.
Shankar Hariharan. Shanmuga Palak Kudurai. Robert Sarkis. Sheren Susairaj. Mohammed Udin. Maza Ul Hassan. Ruth Dillon. Jasper Bock. Georges Fatalayan. Mohammed Hossein. Annabella Kiako. Bisola Saliu. Xiaolan Weng. Hentel Chaube. Srivasta Savapali. Onamdi Eze. Naim Gul. Azmat Ullah.
Chancellor, in the name of the Senate, I present to you for admission to the bachelor's degrees with honours in this university the following candidates.
To a bachelor's degree with honours in this university.
Edward Akande.
Well done.
Ryan
Congratulations.
Alcock. Jonathan Allen. Danielle Amos. Natasha Amroon. Hayley Anderson. Samuel Askew. Jack Baguli. Wezi Banda. Rachel Barlow. Georgia Barton Daly. Stephen Bates. Gillian Bevan. Annapreet Bullar. Darren Blackmore. Emily Blythe. Michael Boardman. Connor Boland. Jessica Bradbury. Ella Bray. Olivia Brennand. Regina Bunkaras. Danielle Burton. Thomas Butterworth. Emma Caldwell-Jones. Emma Carlisle. Hayley Carlisle. Rebecca Carroll. Finton Carson. Roisin Casey. Joseph Champion Williams. Stephanie Clark. Liam Codd. Ruth Connors, Elizabeth Cooper, Rory Cousins, Oran Coyle, Adriana Czakowska, Elizabeth Davies, Jessica Davison, Sarah De Bono, Megan Detherow Hill, Keir Dixon, Ashley Draper, Anya Duncan, Callum Essex, Anna-Marie Thean, Jacqueline Thell, William Futrell, Jessica Frackleton, Macaulay Gaunt, Rebecca Gidman, Rebecca Greenhow, Ellis Greenwood, Rachel Gregory, Jordan Ham, Anuka Hawk, Holly Harris, Sophie Harris Singh, Amy Hayes, Kylie Hemsworth, Tom Hurd, Lily Hesse, Samantha Hett, Dermot Hillen, Louise Holland, Emma Holloway, Andrew Hunter, Michelle Hunter Scullion, Nicola Inman, Megan Jessard, Natalie Jane Johnson, Amy Johnston, Rebecca Jolly, Chelsea Jones, Katie Jones, Kieran Jones, Annie Cahill, Jamie Kelly, Shannon Kenwright, Anna Langridge, Rebecca Lawson, Stacey Lewis, Megan Lloyd Evans, Danielle Longstaff, David Loughborough, Joshua Loveday, Jennifer Lowry, Jack Lyons, Robin McAndrew, Christopher Mackey, Samantha Mattison, Lana Mahmood, Rebecca May, John McAllister, Bethany McBride, Courtney McCoy Brown, Dylan McKinley, Liam Maguire, Louise McInerney, Zoe McCavanagh, Lewis McLarney, Sam McNeil, Hannah Millier, Neve Millers, Nabila Mirza, Stephen Mulligan, Daniel Murphy, Linda Murray, Amy Newell, Senga Nicholas, Alexandra Nicholson, Sophie Nicholson, Jacob Oakes, Rosemary Olson, Stacey Omateo, Haley O'Reilly, Rebecca Owens, Olivia Parr, Bridget Paulhill, Laura Pope, Sandra Kwerku, Matthew Rabi, Bethany Raffles, Andrea Richardson, Lee Riley, James Roberts, Marsha Rodriguez, Bethany Ross, Alice Roston, Charlotte Rothery, Joseph Rowan, Sherry Russell, Alicia Sambells, Molina Sande, Anita Sharkey, Jack Straw, Lee Sheridan, Amy Skinner, Keith Smith, Robin Smith, Sania Smith, Ashley Spencer, Olivia Stevenson, Emma Stewart, Eamon Summer, Adam Swain, Abby Swale, Danielle Taggart, Lindsay Tate, Emma Taylor, Callum Taylor Atwood, Joelle Tellis, Amy Thompson, Grace Thornton Olexa, Tanith Tompkinson, Patrick Upton, Nicoletta Uzueto, Catherine Verick, Francesca Vickers, Stephanie Wallace, Grace Watson, Hannah Watson, Jordan Weather, Molly Westray, Thomas Whittingham, Rachel Wilcox, Emma Williams, Joelle Williams, Catherine Williams, Sophie Wilson, Rebecca Withers, Casey Jo Woodward, and Alexander Wormold.
Aaron Burke, Frances Gannon, Amy Lee Kerrigan, Cree Kildare, Elaine McCurdy, Gemma McCoy, Jody Morton, Christopher Murphy, Laura Murch, Megan Peter Turner, Molly Reed, Andrea Scrimshaw, Jessica White, Mary Atherton, Casey Kane, Melissa Courtney, Sophie Coyle, Lucy Cunningham, Kim Davis, Megan Devine, Amy Doling, Naomi Dooley, Charlotte Fahy, Faye Johnson, Charlotte Jones, Emma Moore, Melissa Morris, Siwan Newcomb, Attila Olaha, Alexander Robinson, Karen Scott, Molly Barber, David Bartley, Georgia Burrows, Eve Chapman, Jonathan Cherian, Gareth Cobham, Philippa Coyley, Philip Cottam, Callum Donis, Amy Dubuisson Sparago, Jack Fielding, Devrihal Gallagher, Amy Hartley, Olivia Izio, Jamal Jackson, Sophie Jones Davis, Charlotte Jordan, Megan Keating, Francesca Leverger, Bethany Marsh, Beatrice McConvey, Gerard McLaughlin, Sam Minsell, Jake Moyles, Tony Prishaw, Perry Richards, Libby Saunders, Amy Slater, Dion Zollner, Naomi Coyle, Saira Khan, Rubina Dawood Yunus, Rebecca McGarrett, Christian White, Nokutula Dubi, Rachel England, Vanessa Logan, John Carl Milrier, Hannah Al-Nazar, Hannah Coughlin, Bethany Davis, Shannon Duffy, Rebecca Feely, Jamie Haig, Michaela Jones, Laura Kershaw, Joseph McRobbie, Ruby Maxwell, Anna Middleton, Stephanie Melio, Alexandra O'Neill, Melinda Saunders, Kelsey Simpson, James Taylor, Andrew Trimble, Shanishka Williams, Amy Worsley, Canon Banks Devlin, Rachel Clark, Suzanne Cox, Paul Davis, Jane Drummond, Eleanor Kelly, Andrew Love, Bethany Modestly, Carrie Morrison, Ewan Paddington, Jasmine Scarsbrick, Bethany Solomon, Daniel Walker, Stephanie Walters, Jack Watson, and Anthony Lavelli. Chancellor, I make application to you to confer the degrees listed on those candidates who have not been presented in person, but whose names appear in the program and who have indicated that they wish their degree to be conferred in their absence. I certify that they are worthy to receive those degrees, and I stand as proxy for them.
I admit them to those degrees, and I accept you as proxy. Do you want it? No. Please stand. I declare closed this congregation of the university. I do this directly after the, after the thing, directly after the singing, when we go.
God save our great
written together. Gratia Domini Nostri Jesu Christi et Caritas Dei, et communicatio Sancti Spiritus, sit semper cum omnibus nobis.